right, guys, we are going to talk about ways that you can overcome approach anxiety with women. All right. Now, this happens to all of us. First of all, understand this is not specific to you. You are not the only guy out there who has approach anxiety. Once you actually get into a relationship, whether it's 3 months, 3 years, or whatever, and you actually get out of that relationship, you are in the same situation that you were before you met her. It is a skill that actually diminishes. It actually goes away. So when you're out and you're approaching women regularly, it becomes easier, but still on the minds of most guys, even if they've done 50 approaches over the last 15 days, is going to have a slight amount of hesitation in their mind. They're going to have a slight bit of anxiety. Now, there are some that generally just don't have it, but for the majority, they will have that. And what they do is they overcome it in order to facilitate the conversation. So first of all, bear in mind that this isn't anything specific to you, all right? This is nothing exclusive to you where you only feel this. The majority of men feel this. Introverted men, extroverted men, outgoing men, shy men, calm men, quiet men, loud men, all men feel this. It's a natural fight or flight phenomenon that we actually experience. It's because of the fact that it's built in your mind to be such an intimidating situation that your body automatically considers it a threat, even though it's no threat, all right? That is not a real threat whatsoever. It never will be. It never has been. So you have to go against that. So first of all, knowing that this is how you are going to feel alleviates a lot of the anxiety and concerns that you have associated with it. So first off, get that in your mind. Every other guy is feeling this. You're not the only guy here. You're not the only guy that's feeling this. They all are. The guy that talked with her right before you, the guy that's going to talk with her after you talk with her. So as soon as you understand that it's something natural, that you're naturally going to feel, it allows you to understand it better, to see it for what it is. It's just your physiological response to something that it's seen as a threat, even though it's not. And that's it. Other than understanding that, another thing you can do to actually alleviate this is the countdown. And you've heard this often probably, and it actually is extremely effective. Meaning, the longer you consider the situation, the longer you try to figure out what you're going to say, the more you actually build this anxiety in you to actually approach her. So instead of sitting there or whatever you're doing, you notice her and saying to yourself, should I go up to her? Is she there with her friends? Is she here with a guy? Is she going to be angry if I walk up to her? Is she going to not like that I talk with her? Does she want to be left alone? Is she not going to find me attractive? Is she not going to be interested in me? And then going to the next set of questions. What do I say to her? Should I go up to her now? It looks like she's talking to her friend. It looks like she's about to leave. When should I go up to her? Should I wait till she gets her drink? Should I wait till she's done talking with her friend? Should I wait till she stops texting on her phone? All of these things are your next set of questions that are coming to your mind. And that's why it's extremely important that you do the countdown, meaning the moment you see her, you give yourself 3 to 5 seconds to move from wherever you are and to go talk with her. Wherever you are, whatever she's doing. I don't care if she looks like she's in the middle of a text. I don't care if she looks like she's having a good conversation with her friend. If she's in a bar or if she's in a social setting and they're not completely off by themselves, she's not doing something earth-shattering, all right? She might say that as an excuse if she doesn't like a guy walking up with her, but if it's going to be something serious, it's unlikely to be happening over drinks at a bar. It's not the case. Likely she's coordinating what she's going to do. She's doing light chatting. It's whatever it is, or so she wants to do something to occupy the time. In any case, you don't let that hinder the fact that you want to go talk with her. All you do is you just give yourself 3 to 5 seconds and you go and you walk up to her and you start a conversation. It doesn't have to be anything golden. It doesn't have to be the most earth-shattering comment she's ever heard, but you just go, and when you get there, you say what comes to your mind. All right. Now, the more you do this, the more you're going to see what types of observations you can make that are going to be more interesting, and you get a better feel for it. But at the beginning, you give yourself 3 to 5 seconds and you go up, even if it's just, hey, my name is whatever, which isn't the best thing to say. But I'm saying even that can be effective if you just don't hesitate and you don't give your mind the chance to build up all of this anxiety inside of it, and to actually make you come across as seeming as though you're not comfortable with yourself, that you're in a rush to get through the conversation. All right. So you just do it before that kicks in. So the moment you see her, you're like, wow, she's cute. I want to talk with her. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 at most. If you can do it in less than that, do it in less than that. Now, the final thing I want to talk about for this is don't have notions in your mind about what you want to happen when you talk with her. That is actually going to destroy you being in the moment. That means don't go up to her with the belief that, you know what, I'm going to talk with her, I'm going to get her number, I'm going to ask her out, and then we're going to do this, we're going to do that. Don't have all that in your mind. That's creating your anxiety because it's such a big goal in your mind to accomplish. You want to take it in segments. All you're doing at that moment, you're walking up to her and you're curious if she's going to be interesting to you. That's all you're doing at that moment. Not whether or not you're going to impress her, not whether or not she's going to like what you say. You're just going up to her to see if she's as interesting as the way that she looks. You're going to see if the way that she talks and acts matches the way that you find her physically attractive. That's all you're doing. If you have that shift in your mind about what you're going to do, it makes it seem a lot more achievable and there's less anxiety. She looks like a triathlete. I'm curious if she actually does triathlons. She looks like a gal who's actually really into dancing. I'm curious if that's something that she likes. Whatever it is, whatever's on your mind, it's a segment in that moment that you're trying to understand. You're trying to figure out, you're trying to find out. Once you get through that, then you take it to the next step, the next segment. All right, she seems interesting. Do I want to continue this conversation? And if you do, you continue the conversation. That's all you do. You do it in segments, segments, segments. When you're having the conversation, you're not already thinking about getting her number. You're talking with her in the conversation. And if it flows and if you like what she has to say, then you actually say, you know what, actually, she's interesting. I'm going to ask for her number. And then you go for the number. All right. So you do it in segments, and with every other step after that, you take it in segments. All right. So that's it, guys. So to summarize, what you do is, first of all, understand all guys are feeling the same way. Second thing is, give yourself a quick timeline to actually approach her. Don't let yourself build up all this anxiety. And then finally, take it in segments. You do these three things, it's going to significantly reduce the anxiety that you have with actually talking with women. And also bear in mind, the more you do it within that time, the better it gets. All right. When you take a break from doing it, whether you're in a relationship or you just stop doing it, it gets more challenging. Just like if you work out, right? You work out more sore the first week, the second week it's less sore, and then you go for the next few months and you're feeling amazing. It's great. You like the way it makes you feel. You're really good doing it. You're comfortable doing it, and you like what you can do. But then if you go away for 2 weeks and you try to start it again, it feels like you're starting from the beginning. Your strength is gone. You're sore again, all this stuff. So it's like that. If you take a break from doing this, it gets more challenging. So every guy that's been in a relationship that's getting out is actually feeling the same thing you are. All right. Just embrace it, have a good time with it, and just enjoy it. All right. It's exciting, right? You're single. Have a great time. Enjoy doing this stuff. All right.